How does that sound? Does that sound better, guys? I'm just using the other mic now. Backup mic. It's not as good as this mic that I've been using before. Fixed. Yeah, it's not gonna sound as good as it did before. Yeah, I'll have to see what's going on. Everything's registering fine on the soundboard, but maybe there's something on the audio on the computer's end. But anyway, yeah, darn, that didn't work out as well as I thought it would. But yeah, as I was saying before I started breaking up and everything, I'm trying to improve the stream a bit. So you can see the lighting in my room has improved. I now have LEDs in the back. I've got, let's see, I've got an actual lighting rig in front of me right now. I dug around in my storage locker and I found what used to be an old backdrop kit. So instead of hanging a backdrop, I just hung lights on it. And not only has that cleared up the studio, it's also given me better lighting in my opinion. So hopefully all is good. Tonight we will be doing a porting with ports, but I've been drinking port all year round. And this Christmas I got a little something different. Instead of port, someone ended up gifting me one of these. So that is the Maker's Mark 46 whiskey. I'm not too much of a whiskey drinker. I've just started trying it out, so we'll see. And it's a bit too strong for me, so rather than just drinking whiskey flat out, I figured I'd be a little bit more creative, and you guys can watch me as I extend my creativity. Here we go. Boom! What I have set up here is a little cocktail making kit. What I'm gonna make is one of my favorite drinks of all time. It's an old fashioned. It's definitely whiskey based. Requires an orange peel, but I'll go through it as we go along. Let's see. Let's get some music going while I make my drink for the evening. You guys notice? If you guys have had whiskey before, this is much stronger than port. Port is generally a stronger wine because of the fortification. It's roughly 19 to 20%. This is more than double. In fact, this is 47%. So, not going to be drinking too much of this unlike my previous streams. So yeah, we'll try it out. You guys can see if I can make a good cocktail or not. Let's see. Okay, so first things first is you need to actually, number one, mix the whiskey in. It's been a while since I've attempted this. I even had to go get like a cocktail kit just to make sure I could still do this. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. One of those. Let's see. How do I make this? Sato, thank you for following. Oh my gosh. Alright, okay. What we're gonna do is see if I remember how to do this. See, Zark says too loud. Let me lower the volume. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's try this. Merlin's gonna mix it with Krytox, says Zark. No, all my Krytox is so expensive. I'm not just gonna throw it out like this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Right, we're gonna make an old fashioned. So first off, we're gonna do 30 milliliters of the whiskey right here. Hopefully I'm doing this correct. Oh no, some whiskey's spilling. There we go. Got that. That's good. Janky Render says, Mac Merlin, hope to see you at the Van meetup. I'm assuming you mean the Vancouver meetup. And yes, I will be there. I bought tickets the very first day. Okay, so that's in there. Next up, we're going to use organic sugar, or in this case, just date syrup right here. It is a date-based syrup. They extracted all of the sugar from dates, from organic California dates, might I add. And hopefully this tastes good. We'll try it out. Try it out here. I haven't even opened it yet because I've never tried one. Let's see. Go. We just need maybe one or two spoons. Okay. Sounds interesting, says Quantize. Dates alone are pretty gross. Okay, this is very syrupy actually. Okay. And what else? We need some bitters. Try some bitters. These are just Angostura bitters. An American measuring in metric units, truly a man of culture, but I am not American. I am actually Filipino. See, it's 2 shakes. Okay. Right there. And then we just mix it up. Just mix it up like that. Mr. Petrov, 10 months of pleasure. Subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna need to get some ice really quick, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Here we go, got some ice. Whiskey something something, I think. This is an old-fashioned. So did you guys know that apparently if you use round ice cubes, such as the one that I have here for you guys, it actually dilutes your drink a lot less than usual. That's why people prefer it. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Stuff is flying out. I didn't quite make it properly. There we go. Let's break off some of it. Racing Giraffe says, hey Merlin. There we go. Hopefully this lasts me the entire stream, because I will definitely be drinking it a lot slower. Okay. There we go. That's a lot darker than any other old-fashioned that I've had. Now we're going to do an orange peel. Is that because it will melt more evenly? Yes, that's what they say. I've never actually properly experienced it that way. That's just what bartenders tell me. So I assume bartenders know what they're talking about, right? Right. Just peel part of the orange. I'm squeezing some of the oils in. And then we're just gonna garnish it. Like that. Doesn't that look fancy? A lot fancier than what I've been drinking on stream. Now let's see if it actually tastes good. Let's see, how did I do? Smells good, alright. That's pretty good. I might have put a little bit too much of the sugar here, so next time I make it, I'll probably use less sugar. You can tell that I kind of overdid it because it's a darker shade. Like the whiskey color doesn't really come straight out. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, well, that's it for making. I'm gonna put this away really quick. For the time being. Very solid looking peel. Thanks, guys. All for the peels. Right, I'm gonna throw this back in the freezer lest it melt all the way. But here we go. Alright, I'm back. We will need this. My NK65. What will you do with the rest of the orange? I'll probably make another old-fashioned later tonight or something after the stream. We'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. That's pretty good. Pretty good looking. Good looking drink in an old-fashioned glass. For those of you who are not, who don't really know what an old-fashioned is, it's basically what I've just shown. It's just whiskey with some bitters and with some sugar and ice, and with an orange peel. That's it. And there are many ways to make it. That was just one way of making it, and it's primarily called an old-fashioned because it's put in an old-fashioned glass, like so. I can't even pronounce her name. Coincides? What I like to do with orange peels is to cook them on a stove for a few hours with cinnamon sticks and water to make my house smell nice. That's not a bad idea. McBurdo says, I only drink my whiskey neat. Yeah, I can't do that. It's just way too strong for me. It needs to be a really smooth whiskey in order for me to do it. So I do need to do it like this. Alright, okay, let's get on with the show. Now that I have a beverage, the funny thing is I did have a port picked out, but I don't think I should be drinking it along with whiskey. We'll see. Coincides. Okay, we'll call that. We'll call you that. Coincides. Okay, so today, what are we doing today? Let me bring out, as it says in the stream description, we are, let's see, here we go. What we are doing is porting over this board. This is on kpvpublic.com. It's a 60% with in-switch RGB, still uses an Atmega32U4. I don't actually have the PCB on me, but a customer reached out to me and was like, Merlin, I can't program my board. It's USB-C, per key RGB, and hot swap, all for $48.90, plus shipping, of course. And yeah, I think this is one of their newer boards available. I actually had never heard of it until this customer reached out to me. So let's see, any other specs? Okay, so they do sell it with the case. More than 60 keys. That's funny how they say that. Offline flash app. I wonder what that app would be. Okay, so they do have a suggested layout. Please choose items as the following list and above recommended links. KP Republic, I feel is like they tried their best to represent their products, but there's a lot of mistranslations from English to Mandarin. But so far, I think this board looks good. It's your standard 60%. There's even a Geek Hack page about it from KP Republic themselves. Okay, these are the same photos that were on the website. Actually, I don't know. Is this looks like a photo, but it could very well be a render. I'm not seeing any ESD chips on it. I'm just looking at it right now. There are no Esd Protection chips near the USB port. It probably does not have it. Looks like 65%, not 60. It is indeed a 60%. But if you look at it, this closely matches what the KBD fans DZ60 RGB is. Mainly, you sacrifice your question mark / key and you put one of these keys there, 1.75, you shift. Then you have your arrow keys right there. You can see it all on the right side. Yeah, this might be a competitor to the DZ60 RGB. You know what's gonna be funny? What's gonna be funny is if I, in the middle of porting this, I discover that it's the same as the KBD fans DZ60 RGB V2. Miko Eats Clam says, is implementing ESD costly? From what I know of circuit board design, it's just a few extra parts that cost less than $1. Implementing it, having it cut by the PCB manufacturing plant, shouldn't cost that much more. All in all, I would guess $2 at the most, maybe? Who knows? Maybe any PCB designers in the chat can correct me or not. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much like the same info that they had on their website. Okay. And because it's hot swap, it's only one layout, which is perfect when porting because I don't have to worry about tracing the board. I don't have to worry about figuring out, okay, this position has 4 different switch spots on it. Which one is which? Yada, yada, yada. McBurdo says, my Tada 68 died randomly because it probs didn't have ESD. As we do get into the colder months, if you're in certain parts of the world, your environment can get really, really dry. So be careful with your keyboards, especially if they don't have ESD protection. And, you know, not every board has them. Like, for example, my newest board, which I absolutely love, the Novelkeys NK65, it does not have ESD protection either. So far it's going great. I only have 2 boards that have ESD protection, but almost all my boards are still surviving to this very day. So it's not a large group of people, a large group of PCB designers say it's required, and a large group also say it's not really required. My opinion is better safe than sorry. Who knows? Okay, let's see what else can we get from this page. Looks like no one else commented other than KP Republic. Okay, great. There's no other information we can get from this, and it's apparently currently in stock. Is the KBD in stock? Is the KBD fans DZ60 RGB in stock? Add to cart. Looks like it's in stock. Add to cart. You can add to cart. Oop. Yeah, looks like it's in stock, guys. yeah, so you guys have a choice of which ones to use if you so desire. Oh wait, what's this? Alright, I was looking at the DZ60 RGB and C. So if you're looking for one with the exact same layout, it is sold out on KBD fans. So this board is, I guess, an alternative if you want that particular layout. Okay, anyway, first things first, what KP Republic has provided to customers is simply a keyboard firmware builder JSON file. And the way that works is you basically go to kbfirmware.com or qmkfirmware.com. They're all like the same thing. So we can go to qmkfirmware.com. Oh, it's actually not there anymore. Perfect. That's good. That's good. So just go to kbfirmware.com and you click upload, and then you click on the JSON file that they gave you, and what happens is they provide you, quote unquote, with the switch matrix. As you can see that the switch matrix has 5 rows, 14 columns. You can see all the pins that it uses. You can see that there are no locked pins. There's no backlight, but there is a WS2812 strip, which is kind of weird, but we'll get into that later. And this is where you would normally change your key map. So once you change your key map all the way over here, you would then click on compile, press download.hex, and then flash this hex onto your board. The problem is KB firmware is built on QMK from 2017. So we don't want that. We don't want that at all, because lots of bugs have been fixed, lots of features have been added. So things have changed in the last 3 years at this point. Yeah, like the more I sip on this, the more it seems like I put too much sugar in. But it's still good. I still like it. Okay. So our goal tonight is to actually put this and get customers to be able to use config.qmk.fm. For example, does KP Republic even have any boards in here? Not really. Here we go. XD60. These are all KP Republic boards, but there is no BM60. There's the BM16A, 16S, and 43A, but no BM60. So that's what we'll do. That's what we shall do tonight, folks. Okay. So I'm just going to show you guys the easy way right now. There are many ways to do QMK. There's so many ways to port an existing board into QMK. And given the fact that KP Republic already has given you this JSON file, it's super simple to get it into QMK. And I'm going to show it. I'm going to write code in like 5 seconds. So what you're going to do is go to a website called noroadsleft.github.io/kbf QMK converter. And No Roads Left is one of QMK's collaborators, and he's very knowledgeable about info.json and how that works in QMK configurator. He's decided to make a tool such as this so that people don't have to parse that JSON file by hand. Because before this tool, I would have to look at this. I'd have to be like, okay, jot down all of these pins, B0, E6, and all that. And then I'm going to have to look at the wiring and jot it down like so. But then with this file, you literally just open it like so. And boom, you have all the code. All the code's there. config.h, rules.mk, keyboard.c, keyboard.h. You even have a key map, and you have an info.json. All of that is done for you. I just did that in like, what, 3 seconds? Yeah. And the next task though is to take all of this and actually put it into QMK. If you've watched a lot of my previous streams, I actually go the long way even when I have this. But the reason why I want to do it this way is because this board also has a feature that I've only implemented once before. So I want to save time, get this out of the way first, and then work on it. Let's see, Coincides says, is it getting more tart over time since the whiskey is starting to absorb the orange peel, or more orangey, I guess? I've only taken 3 sips so far. I'm not sure. I'll take a sip again. Here, actually. Take a sip again. See, look, it's like a little too red, and that's definitely like the plum sugar. I mean, the date sugar. I guess I could put a little bit more whiskey in. Actually, that's probably what I'll do. Let's put a little bit more whiskey in. Just a dash, not so much. Always have a hard time with sippers. Okay, but the thing about whiskey is I really love how it smells. Okay, just put a little bit more whiskey in. Hopefully it takes off some of that sweetness. Like bourbon is already one of the sweeter ones. Like I generally like rye because rye is not so sweet, but bourbon, because it's what is it? It's distilled with corn. If I'm remembering correctly, it makes it sweeter that way. More whiskey is always the answer. It's not balanced anymore. Time to make another glass. I still haven't finished it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So let's get back to programming. Quote unquote programming. I'm basically just copy and pasting here. But actually, let's do this. I do need to do some of the terminal stuff. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Boom. Okay. Come on. Where'd my terminal go? Ah, there we go. Okay. So first things first though, no matter what, even if you're just copy and pasting things, it's always best to use one of our own scripts. And you can find that script in the util directory in QMK firmware. It is called new keyboard.sh. And when you run it, it will give you a few prompts, such as keyboard name, BM60. I think this is just the BM60 RGB. Am I correct? BM60 HS RGB is what KP Republic calls this, so that's what we'll call it too. BM60 HS RGB. Kind of long. There we go. Keyboard type AVR. Yes, because it's an ATmega32U4. Your name, Macmerlin. Sure. And there we go. And once that is done, it should have created. Oops, what was I doing? There we go, yeah. It should have created a directory in your keyboards directory with all the necessary files. So if we go in there, yeah, there we go, all those necessary files. I just noticed that I'm still on the master branch, so I'm just going to create another branch and just do this. Initial commit from script. Boom. Boom diggity. Keone says, hey, how's your night going? It's going pretty well. Yeah, let's see. I had the beginning, I had a little fun. I made my own drink this time. Instead of just pouring a glass of port, I actually made my own drink. Made my own cocktail. I figure I'd start with an old fashioned, one of my favorites. Who knows, maybe next time I'll make like a Mai Tai or something. Who knows? Who knows? But here we go. Git push master. Well, that wouldn't change anything just because I've cloned from my own fork, so even if I push to master, it really wouldn't affect QMK as a whole. I don't think that even I have those privileges, even if I tried. Alright. Let's see. Why isn't my VS Code opening up? Let's try that again. Open up VS Code. There we go. I think I got that. There we go. VS Code is now open. Excellent. So as you can see, it's generated all of these files. None of them are actually correct at this point, but we have the correct files. We have the correct files already. So we are just going to just refer back to this guy and start the copy and paste process. Let's start with config.h. Copy the output to the necessary file. That should highlight stuff and copy, but I guess not. So I'm just going to copy and paste all of this, and then I'll go back and talk about what I'm doing. Okay, keyboard.c. I see a bug. Keyboard.h. keymap.c. And last but not the least, info.json. Just copy and pasting. No coding at all at this point. All right, okay. Boom, okay. So I've essentially copy and pasted everything over. At this point, we have enough for the board to work, but it's not gonna have any of that fancy RGB, which I'll be adding in just a bit. But just wanted to go over all the stuff that I've done really briefly, just so you guys understand what I've done. Here we go. We're gonna start off with config.h. Config.h. Here we go. I'll talk about it as I'm editing. Config.h is where stuff like the keyboard's name, its manufacturer, how many pins it has, what they are, which LEDs are set up, yada yada yada. All that is defined in config.h. Let's see. Should I sub says, yo, well, hello to you too. And Coincides said hello to him, I guess. Cool. Okay, manufacturer. We don't know who manufactures the KP Republic boards, but I'm just gonna say KP Republic. Product BM60 RGB. description. 60%. 60% hot swap and switch RGB board. Boom. What else needs to be changed? Nope, nothing else. Great. Okay. The next file after this that I like to edit is rules.mk. Rules.mk is where the microcontroller is defined, what the bootloader is, and also a bunch of features that you can turn on and off. This is the microcontroller. This is the bootloader, and it's an Atmel DFU. And these are all the features you can turn on and off in QMK. So I actually don't need to do anything here. Perfect, great. After this, it's the keyboards.c file. In this case, it's the BM60 RGB.c. This is where custom functions go, how your LEDs are set, where the RGB code would go into, and how the matrix scans itself. Like all of this is just vanilla code right now. We don't actually need any of this quite yet. See, that's good. And then where a lot of the meat is for the keyboard is actually in its .h file. This guy right here. This is what we call in QMK the layout macro, and because of that we actually put layout in its name. And this is divided into two parts. This top half here is called the physical matrix, and the bottom half is called the electrical matrix. This physical matrix here coincides to how your board would look. So as you can see over here, you can see that K46, what I'm highlighting, is the space bar. This guy is probably the control key, the GUI key. K42 is probably the alt key. And on this other side, these keys, 4B, 4C, 4D, they're most likely the arrow keys, you know, and so forth and so on. You can easily see it here. Oh my gosh, 49 raiders from Mechs on Deck have joined. Because of that, I am going to drink to that. Thanks guys for all of your support. So I'm going to drink to that. Thank you, Mechs on Deck. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so what have you guys missed? For all of you guys first joining in, I'm porting the BM60 RGB from KP Republic into QMK Configurator officially, so people can actually change their key map and still have control of RGB. And in addition to that, rather than drinking ports tonight like I have for the majority of 2019, I figured I'd make my own drink. I made an old-fashioned. In fact, when we were in NorCal, me and the Mechs and Decks guy, we drank a lot of old-fashions and whiskeys. Make Noah says, that doesn't look like port. You're very astute in your observation. In fact, the whiskey that I have chosen for the evening is a Maker's Mark 46 that I got for Christmas. Isn't that really pretty? With or without bitters? It has bitters. Yeah, basically I used, what did I use for the sugar here? Oh yeah, I used date sugar. So, I'll show you guys. Here we go, we got Angostura bitters, and then just date syrup, just like that. Osiris TV says, oh, I have to drink with you now. Yeah. So basically, I just made my own drink tonight because I'm a wuss and I can't really drink whiskey straight up because it's too much for me. So I figured I'd just make a cocktail instead. But who knows? Maybe maybe in future streams I'll just like make whatever cocktail that like comes to mind. That's actually pretty good. Existentially yours says yum. Yeah, I agree. This is not bad though. I did put too much sugar in it, so maybe next time I'll be more careful with that. Make Nova says, fun fact, sugar is part of the recipe because during Prohibition, it would mask the taste of the bad whiskey. Oh yeah, that's true. It's so since you just put out a fun fact there, I'm gonna put out a fun fact. So an old fashions have been. It's called an old fashioned not just because it's in an old fashioned glass, but it is literally one of the oldest cocktails ever. I believe the first recorded instance of it being made was probably in the mid 1800s. You know, sometime in the mid 1800s. Definitely a very, very old drink. During the Prohibition era, actually, the way it was made changed because people had forgotten how to make it using the old ways. Now, we still don't really know for sure what those old ways are, but this is just the way that I've learned to make it. So that's what I did tonight. Okay, back to what the show is all about. Porting with ports. Though, if I continue this, I might have to change the name. I might have to change it like, I was telling Quakums earlier, it should be like, Whiskeys and Wizards, or something like that. Whiskeys and Wizards, or Wiz Key, you know, because Wiz for Wizards, and key for keyboards, and combined it sounds like whiskey. Who knows? But yeah, drinking with Merlin would probably be a lot more accurate. Be a lot more accurate. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back to this. I do want to finish this because the guy I was helping earlier could not program his board, so I do want to finish this. Okay. Let's see. Wiz may not be a good idea. Old-fashioned QMK recipes. Yeah, we could. Old-fashioned QMK recipes. You guys don't like Whiskeys and Wizards? Whiskeys and Wizards. Hold on. I think my... Did you move your desk or move apartments? Did I move my desk or move apartments? No, this is in fact the same old apartment that I've been in the last year and a half. I just got better lighting, actually. I forgot that I had a backdrop that I'm no longer using as a backdrop. I'm using it more as a what do you call that? Something that, like a light mounting system. So I have lights mounted to the backdrop rig that I have up here, and I also have RGB lights in the back. I'm using hue light bulbs. So in future streams, I hope to tune the bulbs that whenever I get like a new subscriber, maybe some bit donation, or maybe whatever, like in any kind of alerts, the lights will flash a different color, and hopefully you guys will have some kind of means to control the lighting as well. We'll see. Light rig. Titan 721 says light rig. That is correct. Nice. I can focus on Mac Merlin instead of the keyboards now. Yeah, but yeah, this is the same old room I've been in for the last year, ever since I started this stream. You know, nothing's really changed other than lighting. If anything, I probably did move a few things around. Like I set up my wife's computer in the back there. That's where I've got like the RGB LEDs coming on the back there. I still have my rack in the corner here with all my keyboards, and yeah, it's not much has changed about lighting. It goes to show that sometimes lighting makes all the difference. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, as I was explaining, what was I explaining? Oh yeah, layout macros. So the top half is the physical matrix, and the bottom half is the electrical matrix. What each of these guys represent are the keys. The first number represents the row number, and the second one represents the column number. And what do I mean by that? That can be traced all the way back to the config file, see? So what I can do here is actually label these so people can better read them, and so that I myself can better read them when I'm debugging. All right. So for example, if we were to talk about this guy, K34, this would be the C key, right? K34. This means it's the key connected to row 3, column 4. Oops. Row 3, column 4. What does that mean? What's row 3? Row 3 is pin B3. Column 4 is pin D5. So this means that on the BM60 RGB, the C key is connected to pins B3 and D5. That's what that means. Jeremy57 says, Keebs and cocktails. You won't need to rename every time you switch drinks. I like that. Keebs and cocktails. But it would be interesting if I could somehow make a quirky title based on what I'm drinking that night. But then again, if I have the audience dictate what I make, that might be more. Keebs and cocktail would actually make more sense. Yeah, I think that's a good one to do. Maybe we'll try that. We shall try that. Hold on, let me see if I can make things a little bit bigger here. I feel like my little screen up there is a little small. There we go. You can see all of me. Hooray! Make Nova says, are you using the Power Mode VS Code extension? You bet I am. I'm using Magic Mode. So every time I type, I get magic dust. Ah. Okay. There we go. Let's see. What's next? Yeah, okay, so the electrical matrix is a lot more straightforward than the physical matrix. It's essentially, it needs to be the same size as what you defined here. Oh, sorry. In here, which is 5 by 14. This guy needs to be 5 rows by 14 columns. And it's sequential. It goes from K00 all the way to K0D, and the bottom one is K40 all the way to K4D. It's just like that. And why are there KC no's? KC no's are to delineate that some keys don't exist in the physical layout. For example, K43 does not exist, so you could mark that as KC underscore no. All that good stuff. So that's what goes into this .h file. On non-hot swap boards, you typically have more than one layout macro. Like for a 60%, you typically have an ANSI layout, you have a ISO one, maybe you have a Sangan, maybe you have a ISO Sangan, all of that. But for hot swaps, you only have one, and you only need one. which is good because it makes stuff super easy. Then you have your key map file. And you guys have made key maps before. Let's see, is this a sane key map? Does it have a function key? Yes, it does. Function key to access layer 1. Does it have a reset key? Yes, it does. There's a reset key right there. Should be good. Anything else? Up slash. Okay, yeah, this seems good. Let's just replace my name up there. Replace with name. Merlin. Jeremy57 says, any other cool extensions? Not here. Since I'm usually the only one who's working here, I don't really put much extensions that would help me as much, I guess. On my work computer, I use GitLens. GitLens, since I work with so many other people. What else? What else is another extension I use? I use the Emacs plugin just because I used to be an Emacs user. I'm still very comfortable using Emacs, and I'm still very used to those commands. So for like saving, I do Control XS, you know, and I need that. What else? I think those are the only two I can think of right now. GitLens, Emacs, Power Mode. Let's see, actually, let's see what I have right now. Where is that? There we go. Oh, I got the C++, IntelliSense debugging, GitLens, and Power Mode. Yeah, I don't really have that much. Okay. You do have GitLens installed. Yeah, exactly. I guess I didn't know that I did. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So the last file we need to touch is info.json. So info.json is not to be confused with the JSON file you load up to QMK configurator to edit your key map. Completely different JSON files. It is also not to be confused with the JSON file you put on kbfirmware.com. Also completely different JSON files. All those three JSON files are different. Don't mix and match them. They are all, think of them as like .pdfs, like .pdfs of different things, you know. Mac Merlin says, need bracket pair colorizer 2. What does that do? I'm Alpha Boss says, hey, what's up, Mac? Hey, what's up? Nice of you to join in on my stream. Let's see. Okay. So the info.json is what QMK configurator uses to render what your keyboard looks like. And one way we can check that is, one way to make sure we have everything correct is to do this. Let me, there we go. Okay, so you can press like the secret key code, which is Control, Shift, and I, and it will bring up a dialog box that you can then, so basically what you want to do is you want to navigate to that info.json that you created. Oh, interesting. The dialog box isn't showing up on the stream. Okay, well, that's fine. So you load up the info.json, and if you did the info.json correctly, which we did because it was generated for us, you should get an accurate physical representation of what your board looks like. See that? That looks correct. That looks like a 60%. Looks good. Yeah. Well, yeah, and for what we have right now, it's good enough for my customer well, I guess he's my customer, even though he's like, I do all this QMK porting for free. Like, I don't ever really charge anyone, but if people want to make my life easier, sending me a JSON file for KB firmware works, or even sending me hardware, which I will send back to you when I'm done, makes my life easier as well. In this case, it's just a JSON file. Okay, so let me just check in all that code. Check in all this code. Terminal. There we go. So what did I do here? I think I just basically just changed. Oh, actually, there's one more file that didn't get edited properly. Here we go, this guy, the README file. Good thing I remembered. A short description of the keyboard project. 60% a 60% hot swap and switch RGB keyboard from KP Republic. If only I could spell it correctly. KP Republic. Hardware supported BM60 RGB. And hardware availability. Let's just do KP Republic. Let me just grab that URL from that website we were on earlier. There we go. Boom. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Make Novus Mech Merlin. That's awesome. I learn something new every time I watch your stream. Thank you. That is the goal of this stream. I'm Alpha Boss says, damn, Mac, that board you're typing on sounds amazing. What are you using right now? Here, let me show off a bit. Let me show off a bit. Okay, what I have here is my newest board that I bought. This is an NK65 from Novelkeys. What did I put on it? I put in Telios V2 from ZealPC. It's from the latest mass drop, or from the latest drop of Telios switches. And these keycaps are also from Novelkeys. They are the black on white cubic caps made by Taihao. And surprisingly, they sound really, really good. If you caught my build stream of this, I originally built it with SA Olivia, and I thought that sounded good too, but I just don't like SA. It looks pretty. I just can't type on it. I don't like it. So, but with Cubic feels really, really good. I already liked OEM profile, but Cubic just takes it to another level. So I'm very, very happy with it. Yeah, it's currently my favorite board to use at home, just because it's so unique. It's so unique, I feel. And it's made by Yankar, or at least the PCB. I'm not sure who designed the case. Does anyone know? Do you guys know who designed this case? Like, Yankar made the PCB, but did Mike design it? Anyone know? Out of the 52 viewers currently watching, anyone know who the designer of the NK65 case is? Here, let me turn up the light a bit more. And there we go. Yeah, another upgrade I did is I now have light control. Just a little switch here that I use as like a little dimmer, so I can change it. Woo! Like so. And then turn it back up. Turn it off. Turn it back up. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so far I really, really like it. And if you guys missed out, Mike had a surprise for us. It came in a fancy little case like this. It's pretty nice. It's not gonna save your board if you drop it from like the 3rd floor, but it's a hard case. It's nothing like the TX cases, but it's stiff. Alright. Let us get back to the coding, because I still need to check this in. So, there we go. Edit all generated files with my name and some basic notes. There we go. And we are going to push it over to my fork. All right, I pushed it over to my fork. The next part of this stream is something that I've only ever done once. I'm still learning it. I am still not confident in my ability to properly do it. So yeah, what QMK does is, one of the features of QMK is called Rgb Matrix. What Rgb Matrix is it lets you control RGB LEDs per key. It gives you full control of each LED per key. And right now, if you were to flash what I just pushed there, your board would work, your RGBs would turn on, but if you ever wanted to program custom lighting, you wouldn't be able to do very much. In fact, if you were to, let's see, if you were to even use the original code, the KB firmware code, the one that's over here. Wait, that's not there. Here we go. If you were to use this code, the one like the generated hex file here, you would still just get regular RGB patterns, but you still wouldn't be able to control each key on its own. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try and provide that functionality. So here goes. I'm gonna have to, okay, you guys are gonna watch my brain spin as I figure this out. Okay, so all of this will actually take place in your .c file right here. All of the code will go in here. And what we need to do is look at, actually, let me just pull up some code for that. I am Alpha. I am actually surprised that you could hear my keyboard, because I don't have my regular mic set up right now. While it sounded good coming out of my soundboard, apparently when it got to the stream, everything was just garbage. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to play with that a bit. No, like nothing changed. I didn't change anything, so I don't know what's wrong. The Witcher, the Twitcher, the Twitcher 156 is now following. Thank you. The Twitcher, did you happen to catch The Witcher on Netflix? Dali says, I wish I could get my Snow Pro PCB QMK compatible. Someone actually reached out to me today asking me to do that. I told them there's a good chance that I can, but without actually seeing it, without actually seeing the PCB or poking at it, or someone knowledgeable telling me all that information, there's no way I can say yes or no. The Twitcher says, Keeb sounds amazing. Thank you very much. Racing Giraffe says, the NK65 is pretty cool. I'm enjoying mine a lot. I'm enjoying mine a lot too. Yeah, stay tuned for a review coming up on it. I'm releasing a review on it, and I'm also releasing a review on my other 65% board, the KBD67 Mark II, and hopefully I'll do an additional review of that where I compare both boards side by side shootout, pointing out which one's the best between the two. Cozy Fanatooty, thank you for subscribing 6 months in a row. The Twitcher says, I have not played of the games either. Well, you should, because the games are very, very enjoyable, and I found the series very entertaining as well. So, highly recommend, highly recommend. In fact, so some of you know, I run a Hackintosh setup here. Like, what you're seeing on screen is a Hackintosh. This is not a real Mac. I run a dual boot Hackintosh and Windows, and I hadn't booted up the Windows part since I'd say about June of 2019. I had not booted up Windows at all, and just last weekend, because I got so inspired by watching The Witcher, I'm like, why don't I play it again? So I did, and I was like, oh, Windows, it's been so long. Okay, let's get to working on this. Let me just look at some notes. The last board that I implemented this on was the Doro 67, and I've kind of forgotten how I did it. How did I do it? Okay. This doesn't look too difficult to do, I hope. Okay. I'm basically going to copy and paste and hope for the best. What keyboard am I using right now? I am using the NK65. Here, just a quick flash because I've showed it a lot of times already. NK65 with Telios V2 and the Novelkeys and Taihao black on white cubic keycaps, which I actually really like. This is my first cubic keycaps, which I bought at the which I won at the Portland meetup, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, let's see. Is this the code that I want? I'm sure I can modify it and just wing it, maybe. Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Okay. You know, there's really no way I can test this actually, so shoots. Can I actually test this? I don't have the board, so I wouldn't even know if this worked. Like, I'd be confident that it works, but not fully confident. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna be honest. I lifted this from the Doro 67 code, and I'm just gonna paste it right here. This is all straight from the rgb.c from Doro 67, which I did back in August, maybe? The Twitcher says, wait, hold up, you live around Portland. No, I don't. My wife's family is from Portland, so we traveled down there to visit during the holidays, but I am from Seattle, Washington. The most coding you have done is Arduino. Well, that's good, because despite the stream being an hour and 10 minutes into it, this is actually probably the first coding that I'm doing. Everything has been copy and paste so far. So if you can code an Arduino, you can most likely do what I've just done. Okay, let's see. There are other things that need to be changed with this. So originally, before I copy and pasted this in, when you went into your config.h file, not that config.h, this config.h, you'll see that it says RGB LED num is 69. All of this is still correct. In rules.mk, RGB light enable. I don't think that is correct anymore. I'm gonna go back and look at the Doro 67. My memory fails me. Config.h. Okay. So yeah, I think I may be correct in that. You are from around Portland. Excellent. Did you know that Portland has monthly meetups? Every last Saturday of the month at the Lucky Labrador. If you want to find out more information, please visit www.pdxkbc.com, and they list all of their meetups there. They are a good crew of people. Their meetups, like, because of the vacation season, there were only like 10 people last time around, but other times I've been there, it's been more like 20. And coincidentally, like the Reddit community, the global Portland community for Reddit tends to have meetups there, and they have coincided with the keyboard meetups sometimes. Oh yeah, Mr. Petrov is also part of the PDX community. So yeah, Mr. Petrov, I'd like you to meet the Twitcher 156. The Twitcher 156, I'd like you to meet Mr. Petrov. You guys are in the same area. We also have Portland KBD meetup. Seattle only has 2 meetups. One during the summer in July, and one in the winter during January, actually. The Seattle one should be January 25th, I believe. For more information, definitely check out www.ckeys.org for Seattle meetup information. There we go. We need a spring build party. Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. Stoked. Okay, cool. You guys are bonding over Portland. That's great. I love Portland. But Seattle is still better. just gotta say there. Like, I just gotta represent, you know. Just gotta represent. Okay. Yeah, what was I doing? What was I doing? Holy crap. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so just... I'm thinking of what I need to do. Mr. Petrov says, Portland loves you, Wizard. Aw, how sweet. You're so sweet. Mr. Petrov, I still have a board to return to you. Okay. What do I need to do here? Ah, okay. I know what to do. I need to set another pound define in the config.h file. I think. There we go. Boom. It's actually 69, not 67. And what else do I need to do? I have to set RGB LED num, which, you know what? Oh yeah, here's another thing. Rgb Matrix RGB animation key codes are also different. Okay. Ah! There we go. Oops. Okay. That's good. I needed to set the driver LED total and the RGB LED num. What else? I think all the rest of the stuff I need to do is in rules.mk. RGB light enables has to be set to no in rules. And it has to be replaced by a Rgb Matrix enable, which would be that. Okay, so what this means is there are several drivers used to drive Rgb Matrix. You know what? I have no way of knowing how this is driven without actually looking at the board. Holy crap, 159, gifting 5 tier 1 subs, a total of 77 in the channel. Holy crap. Thank you so much, 159. Congratulations, Zark, Jeremy57, Tyson Builds, and The City at Night, and even Heinebush. Hello, Heinebush. Does your new keyboard need support for QMK? Where's Toki? Is he online, or I guess his name is Singapore here? Yeah, thank you so much, 159. Okay, hey guys, luck. I'm running low. I actually almost drank all of it. I should probably make another one. Okay, I'm gonna get somewhere productive first before I make another one. My ice is almost done too. And it's done. And it's done. It's done. Okay. So what was I saying? What was I saying? I was saying that my music has stopped, so I need to play it again. There we go. Okay. I was saying that there are many drivers for Rgb Matrix. One of them is WS2812. There are 2 others, I believe. One that starts with an IS something or another, and another one that's also an IS something or another. If you want to know more about it, I should actually probably bring up the documentation so I'm not just talking out of my butt. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's bring up the browser. Rgb Matrix documentation. Here we go. Okay. There are several drivers. One is the IS31FL3731. The other one is the 3733 or 3737. And the one that I think we have is the WS2812. So basically what you do is you just read the directions here. Like, sure, it can be done better, but overall, you know, just follow it. So RGB Matrix has a lot more effects than the regular RGB Matrix mode. For the Doro 67, I set it by default that it would be like, I think it's called key press mode, in which when you type on your keyboard, it lights up. Like it's normally all blank, and then as you type on it, the keys light up one by one. You can't do that with regular RGB. You need RGB Matrix coded in. So let's see. So basically what I was saying earlier though is that since I don't actually have this board in my possession, I can assume all I want that it's WS2812, but what if I do it and it doesn't work, then I just have code that doesn't work connected on this? Meh. Decisions. Should I just risk it? Let's take a look at those photos. Maybe I can glean some more information as to what kind of driver it is. My gut feeling is that it's WS2812, but I just don't know for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at photos right here, guys. It absolutely looks like WS2812 because I can't find another chip. You can turn on the matrix even if it's RGB backlight. Then mess with the devs to get them to pretend to be related to keys. I've got reactive RGB working. Ooh, you did. Okay. Then I did not know, but that's kind of hacky. Okay, let's look. I just want to be able to get the right driver in. But it's not like it's giving me much information. How long can I stare at this photo before I reach an epiphany? Maybe not very long. Are you looking at the microcontroller or at the RGB? From the looks of it, I don't see an additional controller in addition to the MCU that controls the RGBs. Maybe I'm not looking close enough, but whenever I see something like that, it means that that each of these RGBs have their own microcontroller in them that's controlling it. Because I'm not seeing another chip. So it's gotta be WS2812. It's gotta be that. I'm just gonna assume that it's that. Yeah, exactly what Zark is saying. They are WS2812s or equivalent. Like, that's... The more I look at it, at this, the more I'm confident that it's that. So I'm going to assume... I'm just going to assume that. What's the worst that could happen? If it doesn't work, just flash another firmware on it. You know? Okay. So now all we gotta do right here... Oh. OBS, why have you failed me? Okay, there we go. OBS is still running, that's good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, now that I've set it to this, Rgb Matrix enable WS2812, we are going to just edit this. I copy and pasted all this from Adoro 67, which is a 65% board, though this isn't gonna be completely correct anyway. Yeah, that's what it looks like. The only other chip I see is the MOSFETs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so what I have to do here, I would argue, is once again not coding. It's just keeping track of numbers and brackets. So yeah, the Twitcher, once again, the fact that you're able to program Arduino, you should be able to do this. Okay, what do? We want to okay. So it looks like I labeled everything properly, so that's good. Okay. So just so that I don't get mixed up, I am going to pull a 60% that I can stare at, so I'm not just envisioning a 60% in my head. And what 60% I have, I'm going to show you guys really quick, also because I like to flex. And here we go. This is my TX60 with the GMK Serica. Not exactly the layout that this board has, but at least I can better imagine it when I have a physical 60% in front of me. Yeah, this one also has Zeal switches. These are V1 Xylants, I believe. Okay, back to the code. Back to the code while I am, actually, while I'm doing this, you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's do this. Actually, nah, that's too complicated. Let's just stick with whatever I'm doing here. Okay, that's escape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there it's 11 is subtract, plus, and backspace. Okay, good. So I just have to shift everything around. I'm just gonna shift. Oh, don't type on the board that's not plugged in. Type on the NK65. Okay. So tab, I'm just gonna read these out to myself so I'm not confused. Tab Q W E. Tab Q W E R T Y U I O P, open bracket, close bracket, pipe symbol. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to do control. So that's control or caps lock. Not 29, I want 28. 29 is A S D ASD ASD F G H J K L colon apostrophe and then enter key should be 42 actually. I can skip that. Okay. Next one is gonna be the confusing bit. 42, left shift, Z, X, C, ZXC, actually, hold on, ZXC, okay. It's not skipping anything. A, B, C, D. Perfect. This works out really good. Actually, it skips that first one, so I'm going to have to change that. This would actually be I think that's going to have to be no LED. No LED. Then it goes 31 all the way till D. 31, 32, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D. Okay. 43. Left shift Z, X, C, B, B, N, M, open caret, close caret, quest, no, it's shoots. Okay. Close caret, right shift, arrow, okay, got it. Good. And then what's next is K 40, 41, 42. 56, 57, 58, 59, oh, this is confusing. I guess we'll find out once I have this guy tested for me. No LED, no LED, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 no LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 no LEDs, and then a 60 goes there. $47, $48, then two no LEDs. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Okay, good. Whew, that took way longer than I expected. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I do stuff I don't normally do, but I guess even I am learning. Even I am learning here, so that's good. That's good. And now we just have to pull out things here. You're gonna pull out that guy. backspace, pull out this guy. Then pull out this guy. How many in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. Let's take out that one. And last but not the least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. Don't have to do anything there. Let's take out that. Take out that. Take out that. Okay, that should be good. Should be good. We won't know until we actually try and build it. Okay. Well, actually, you won't. I absolutely won't know until I actually test it on the board, which I'm not going to be able to. This is one of the things I don't like about being just sent a KB firmware JSON, because it's like, okay, the best I can do is verify that it compiles, and if a user isn't online who has this board to test it for me, that's as far as I go. But here, let's do this. Let us do this. Make BM60 RGB colon default. Enter. Will you compile or will you fail? You will fail because in the .c file, ooh, look at that. That's not good. Okay, that should fix things. Woohoo! Access elements in array initializer. I first saw that happening. That one. Okay, this is all the guess and check. Woo! There we go. It built. The firmware is too large. 1,418 bytes over. Okay, yeah, I should have anticipated this happening. On an Atmega 32U4 board, there's just so much space. There's so little space available that you have to turn things off, especially if you have Rgb Matrix. So let's see, what can we disable here? Before that, let's do the link optimizer thing, enable. I forget what the syntax is, so we're just going to steal it from some other code. AG link. Link time optimization enable equals yes. There we go. We'll take that. We'll borrow that. Yeah, Cozy, I'm going to start disabling things if this doesn't work. Compile, and... Woo! Woo! Looks like that was enough. The firmware size is fine. 95%. 1,156 bytes free. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so I think the way I have it set right now, we don't have any animation on. So let's turn on an animation, which I of course cannot check. We are going to, where am I looking? Here we go. I am going to turn on, what should I turn on here? Rgb Matrix key presses. That's what I'll do. Rgb Matrix key presses, so that when a user is typing on their board, it will light up here and there. Yada yada yada. Oof. This might change my firmware size again. Maybe this is why they didn't do Rgb Matrix. Yep, just turning on one animation. Great, so I enabled Rgb Matrix, but I can't turn on any of the animations because there's too much. It's too big. It's too big. Okay, let's start to disable console. Okay, hopefully that's big enough. Take out console and take out command. Because like technically, if I wanted to give the user like all the animations that they needed, it would be, how do I turn on all of them? Okay, this is what I'm looking at, guys. I am looking at this. All effects have been configured to support current configuration values, hue, saturation, value, and speed, unless otherwise noted below. These are the effects that are currently available. I've only turned on one of them, and I already shot past the allowable space. I had to turn something off. So what are my chances of actually turning everything on? You can disable a single effect by defining disable_effect name in your config.h. Okay, so does that mean if I don't include anything, does it just do all of them? Key presses, that's the name of it. Key presses. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so what I've done is essentially enabled all of these. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's why it's so big. So now users have the option to do reactive symbol, reactive wide, multi-splash, solid splash, and solid multi-splash. I think that's good. Right? Okay, that's fine, I think. They just can't do the others. They can't do breathing. They can't do rainbow moving chevron. What the hell is that? Rainbow moving chevron. Rainbow beacon. Rgb Matrix raindrops. You know, I think that's fine. That's fine. I don't know, like, yeah, this should be good enough. I hope. Let's take all that out, remove all that fluff. Okay, I've forgotten what do these numbers mean. 1, 4, 4, 4. I'm assuming 1 is for modifier and 4 is for alpha. So based on that, yeah, that looks good. That's fine. Okay, yeah, I think this should be fine. Do I have to set anything else to make this fully work? Just comparing with my other code. No, it looks good. All right, let's check it in. Let's just make clean. Let's try again. Now that I've disabled both console and command. That's taking a while. Make clean. Completely worth it then. Okay, okay. That's taking too long. There we go. It's building. It's building. Firmware file size is fine. 6,724 bytes free. Awesome, awesome. Okay, good. We'll keep it at that. So that there is per key RGB control on all of them. And I'll actually have the customer try this out. If they like it, then sure, why not? Implement Rgb Matrix support. Woohoo! Okay, I think I'm done. So I can't really test the board. This is the most furthest I can progress. The furthest I can progress. Okay, all right. See, I know that part was extremely boring for some of you, but thank you for sticking with me, guys. 49 viewers. I think I'm about ready for another drink because I've already drank mine all the way through. Miggy Bacon says, I went to get tea and apparently managed to get it small enough. Yeah, I had to disable both the console and the command features, and doing that it reduced the file size by 15%, so it worked. So what I've done right now is I pushed it all to my branch. I'm gonna reach back out to the guy who asked me to do this, and I'll have him test it out. Hopefully it works. I don't see him online. Let me just take a peek at my Discord. Well, he's online, but he's yellow. So let me just attach the hex file. We're gonna call it, what's the name of this file? This was the not the BM16A, the BM60. There we go. Alright, I've sent it over to the customer. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully it works out. But what I'm going to do is, while I'm waiting for any kind of reply, I might as well treat myself to a job well done by making another drink. Let's do this again, folks. Let's do this again, because I actually enjoyed making it, and I'm going to make it with less sugar now. Let's do this. Okay, I have to make room for it. Make Nova says, how do I upload an info.json to QMK configure? You don't upload it. Well, I guess you do. You hit Control, here, Control, Shift, and the I key all together. And it should bring up a menu for you. There we go. Do our thing. I'm gonna make myself another cocktail. Another old-fashioned cocktail while I'm waiting for any kind of response. Let's see. What do I have in here? Ooh, I still have a little bit left. A little bit. It's probably all sugar by now. Yeah, it smells very much like sugar. Yep, that is most definitely just sugar. Yeah, okay. Let's go make something. Let's go make something. Let me make another drink for myself while I'm waiting. Because he says, damn, this setup. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Once again, I'm drinking Maker's Mark 46. I got this for Christmas. Right, just mixed it in. Let's see, what else? We're gonna use some bitters, Augusta bitters. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just 2 shakes. 2 shakes of the bitters. And then this is where I'm gonna be more careful with how much I put in. I put in a little too much that last time. So you use bullet rye. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna be more careful. Just gonna put just actually 1 spoon rather than, yeah, that should be fine. Like so. Okay. Mix it up. Mix it up. Okay. And then I'm just gonna get myself a new piece of ice. So hold on. Alright, I'm back. He's about to break out the torch and oak board to smoke the glass. Yeah, right, man. Alright, I just got my nice circular ice cube. Mix it up just a little bit more. Alright. Let's pour it over. There. Make sure everything's in frame. That's a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Okay. Now we're gonna give myself a nice orange peel. Nice orange peel. Just squeeze out the oils. Squeeze out. It's my birthday, I'm buying one. You need dope ice cube mold things. Squeeze it out. Okay. Alright. Dump it in like that. Oh, there we go. I feel like I could use a little bit more whiskey in it. Might as well, right? Just pour a little bit more. Alright. Look at that, guys. I think I did a better job that time. Less sugar. I guess I won't really know until I taste it. Definitely smells a lot more orangey this time. Yeah, I like that a lot better. That tastes so much better. Cozy, 1,000 bits. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yeah, that definitely tastes a lot better. I like that. Okay. As I was a little too much on the sugar earlier. So that's good. This tastes so much better. Okay, but let me clear my desk so I can bring the keyboard back out. I guess I can put that there. No, actually, that's not where it goes. Smell influences taste a lot. Absolutely. At the band meetup, I'll ask if you're Teha. Oh my gosh. Alright, if you guys don't know that reference, that's because in NorCal, oh, where'd my keyboard go? In NorCal, an overzealous Teha fan, or I think he was a Teha fan, came up to me and asked me, "Are you Teha? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I'm like, "No, I'm not, but he's over there." You know? And it was really weird because I was dressed like this. I like had my hat on and everything, and he still thought that I was Teha. Who knows? Jackie says, "I'll probably be the youngest person there." This isn't Teha. Yeah, very true. Very true. There, let's do this. Let's see. Make Nova says, Lamau. Yeah, so right now I'm just waiting for this guy to reply to me. I'll probably give him another 5 more minutes, and then I'll probably be like, okay, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow then. But for now, I'm just enjoying my fancy little cocktail. Um, I might try something else next time. I don't have that much hard liquor in the house, so it's not like I can make a lot of them. Oh, who knows? Maybe I'll just go back to port. Mm. You and Nathan do look very alike. Yes, we are both Asian. Many can see that. Well, I feel like so far, last year I tried to go to a meetup at least every other month, and I did see Nathan a lot. At least a lot of the California ones that I went to. He was there at the NorCal one. He was there at the SoCal one. I feel like I met him somewhere else as well. Make Nova says, you can try margaritas. I don't have a margarita glass. Almost can't tell you apart. Just buy more easy. Not really a winter drink. 159 gifted me a sub and I wasn't even on. Yeah, I know. Like I don't know how that works with Twitch. That just any random follower that you have can get gifted a sub. Who knows? Who knows? Bro, just put a marg in a normal glass. I know, but then it's not cool. It's not cool. You don't need a marg glass. Heiny, what's your favorite drink? Hashtag chosen. Yeah. Am I SoCal or NorCal based? I am Seattle based actually. Priority for gifting subs goes to current viewers, then goes to random non-viewing followers. Interesting. I did not know that. Liquor drink. If I'm at a bar, I'll get a bourbon ginger or whiskey sour with bourbon. Very nice. Who was it? Someone introduced me to whiskey sours last year, and I ended up liking them a lot. If you're at a whiskey bar, you'll get an old fashioned. Nice. What's your whiskey of choice? Oh, did he message me? Nope, not yet. Someone else did. Whiskey sour with the mid-shelf bourbon is the go-to. Mid-shelf, nice. Alright. Okay, well I guess I'll just finish my drink here. Yeah, I'm very pleased with my second batch. The first batch was a tad too sweet, so this is great. I like this a lot. Woodford Reserve, nice. $40 bottle-ish. Nice. This is what I'm drinking tonight. This will probably give you more better lighting. Okay, so his last message to me was, let me know once it's ported. Okay, well, it's ported, it just needs testing. So, oof, that's a good one. I'm not much of a whiskey connoisseur yet, so I don't necessarily know what's good and what's not good. That was just something that was gifted to me. So far, I like it. I'm still not able to drink it straight, but it's definitely smoother than a Woodford Reserve. Yeah, this glass is actually from the Maker's Mark kit that it came in. It was like that gift set. If you look, I'm not going to turn my glass upside down. On the bottom it says Maker's Mark. Eagle Rare is my choice. Cool. Yeah, maybe I'll just have to rename the stream. Rename it Cocktails and Keeves. Who knows? Yeah. Cocktails and Keeves, or with Whiskeys and Wizards. Whiskeys and Wizards. Like, I actually prefer drinking this much more than the port, just because, like, the port tastes good to me, so I tend to drink it faster, which is not really a good thing when I'm trying to do some code. But with this, I can actually pace myself. Probably get banned because of cocktail. Oh, no. Twitch TOS. Gosh. What's another word for cocktails? Alright, let's go look at thesaurus.com. Synonyms for cocktails. Appetizer, drink, wine, mixed drinks. That's not fun. And aperitif? I've never heard of that before. Aperitif. Aperitif? Is that how it's pronounced? Switches and spirits. Oh, switches and spirits is good. Switches and spirits. But it's not like I do switches. I guess I do lube switches every now and then. I do have an upcoming lube job, and my Volcano 660 is supposedly coming maybe this week, and I still haven't lubed switches. Okay, here. This is what I'm doing, guys. I am currently breaking in my Gateron black inks in my Clueboard hot swap right here. These switches are what's going into my Volcano. But lately I've been liking Gateron, like lube Gateron inks a lot more than, no, lube Gateron yellows more than my Gateron inks. So I'm just kind of like, over time I just kind of didn't like these as much. And because I've been waiting for my Volcano for so long, other switches have come in, such as my Gateron yellow inks that I'm going to pair with my UHM WPE stems. So it's like, you know, it's kind of, sometimes you wait so long that you lose interest. Trey Pop says, do you own any vintage keeps? I do. I used to be really big on collecting them, but I don't know, the fact that I couldn't really use them on a modern system turned me off so much. Like, here, let's see. There we go. Let's pull this out. This is one of my favorite vintage boards right now. I have a new in-box Keycal, FK8000, which I've never used. It even comes with the receipt, owner's manual, or user's guide, I guess. Here we go, like Focus Electronics, 90-day limited warranty disclosure, October 15th, 1997. I guess I'm out of warranty at this point. Oh well. But yeah, see, look, it's even still got the plastic on it and everything. That 5-DIN connector. Got a little calculator on this thing. But yeah, It's probably like my favorite out of the vintage boards. I do have a bunch of other like Apple keyboards. Like I don't think those are particularly valuable just because there's so many of them. I did convert one. Here. I think, which one? Which one was it? Is it this guy? It's this guy. I think it's this guy. Nope, it's not this guy. Oh, here we go. I found it. That's right here. This guy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I took one of those 80Ks and put it in a plain 60. That's the original keycaps, original orange switches, and custom stainless steel plate in a keyboard bell 3D printed case. That's the original logo from that very same keyboard right there. And yeah, this is actually a B stock keyboard bell case, but I couldn't really find anything on it that was really, really bad. So I'm like, why not? Save myself 20 bucks. Yeah, coincidentally, this is one of my only boards that has Esd protection. I like this board too. I work in an Apple environment, so whenever I bring this board in, my coworkers are like, "Whoa, it's an actual Apple board." Here, let's pause the music a bit. You guys can hear the wonders. Pause. There we go. Compare that to the linears. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite boards. I still have two other Alps boards to build. My SKCM Browns and my SKCL Linear Greens. How do you get ESD protection board? There's not very many of them. Heine, who was just on a moment ago, is actually one of the few PCB designers who has them. The other one is Martin Watt from the Netherlands, I believe. I can never remember where he's from, but his plain 60 series have ESD protection. Who else has ESD protection? Gondel Lindrum, the Brazilian PCB designer who is actually doing PCB commissions right now. If you guys want a PCB design, definitely hit him up. What else? Oh, there's like a bunch of them that I've just forgot. Oh yeah, Clueboard as well. Clueboard does it. OLKB does it. There's a few. I forget. Yeah. Oh yeah, Zark says, all mine do, not that they're public. Cozy Fanatuti has them as well, but not on his DIY boards. Like this guy right here. This guy doesn't have it. Oop, got some tape there. Yeah. IO3, yeah, for sure. IO3 on his KVD fans boards. And actually the KVD fans V2 boards, the ones that are just coming out, like the DZ60 RGB V2, KBD67 Mark II V2, Yeah, I know that's like a terrible name. They all have ESD protection. Yeah, Heine has one too. He has yet to send me a PCB. Heine has yet to send me a PCB. Did you guys hear that? Heine has. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There we go. I'm like knocking over my whiskey here. ESD very easy. That's good. Heine says. Cozy says, I'm working on a new ARM 60% that will. My old 65% on GitHub does as well. I'll send you one. You just connect the case to the ground. How do you make it ESD protection? There are chips for it. There are also diodes for it. I think IO3 uses diodes and chips, depending on his design. Ace Recon, who made the really cool split board that I saw at NorCal, he does it too. He uses just a diode. But yeah, there are several ways to do it. I'm still learning PCB design, so don't take what I say as gospel. Actually, don't take whatever I say as gospel. The chips I listed before are Zeners. USB LC6. Cool. Yeah, but Cozy told me a few weeks ago that there are actually no ESD chips that are through hole, so you probably won't see any ESD protection on DIY boards like this. You know. So who knows? Maybe one day. Let's put this back in its case. Alright, I don't think this guy is going to reply back to me tonight. He's still online, but he's listed as yellow, as idle, so he's probably online but sleeping. It's already 9:49, so I think I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon. Still drinking my drink. Alright. Wow, that sentence. What? Okay, well, before I get myself into any more trouble, I should probably end this stream. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Stream didn't go off without a hitch tonight, just because of my audio. Hopefully I'll get that fixed by next time. I have no clue what happened. I've been running the same audio setup. The only thing I changed was light. Maybe I've somehow introduced gremlins into my soundboard that's sitting here. Who knows? But I will hopefully figure that out by Saturday. With any luck, my Volcano 660 will be here this Saturday, so I'll be able to build that. Hooray! Finally. Other than that, thanks guys for joining in on my BM60 RGB port into QMK. Who's on right now? 54 viewers. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you for all of your support. I'll be streaming again this Saturday and this coming Sunday. Expect new things working. Hopefully by this Saturday I'll have my hue lights fully working, so you guys can type in commands there and just like change my lighting as you guys see fit, and maybe I'll know other cocktail recipes. Anyway, I will see you guys next Saturday. Thanks for watching.